In an astonishing twist that has shaken the very foundations of South African politics, reports have surfaced alleging that President Cyril Ramaphosa may be the subject of an international arrest warrant. The revelation, which sent shockwaves across diplomatic corridors and ignited an inferno of speculation on social media, comes at a time when public trust in the presidency is already hanging by a thread. While official confirmation remains elusive, insiders from global legal watchdogs and anonymous sources close to international justice bodies suggest that mounting evidence of gross human rights violations and state-sanctioned corruption could soon place Ramaphosa in legal crosshairs. The International Criminal Court, ICC, often criticized for its selective approach, appears to be under intense pressure from global civil society groups to take unprecedented action against a sitting South African president. Ramaphosa's administration, once heralded as the dawn of a new dawn after the dark days of Jacob Zuma, is now viewed by many as a carefully polished facade covering systemic rot. Accusations have long dogged his inner circle, from mismanagement of COVID-19 relief funds to alleged complicity in state capture. But the current escalation seems to be tied to far more serious claims: the violent suppression of protesters, illegal surveillance of journalists, and collusion in transnational money laundering networks that span South Africa, Dubai, and parts of Europe. What's more disturbing is that several whistleblowers, both inside government and abroad, have reportedly provided damning evidence to international legal teams. These files include secret recordings, internal emails, and confidential reports indicating Ramaphosa's direct knowledge, and in some cases alleged approval, of unlawful actions taken by state actors. What sets this development apart from typical internal scandals is the global nature of the investigation. Multiple countries, particularly in the European Union and North America, are said to be cooperating behind closed doors. The United Nations Human Rights Council recently released a scathing report indirectly referring to senior African leadership involved in orchestrated human rights abuses, widely interpreted as aimed at South Africa. The United States, long considered a diplomatic partner of Pretoria, has not ruled out sanctions or travel bans should the allegations be substantiated. Meanwhile, South African embassies worldwide are reportedly in damage control mode, with ambassadors scrambling to provide reassurances to investors and allies. South Africans from all walks of life are reeling. Social media erupted overnight with hashtags like #Ramaphosa arrest and #presidential impunity trending for hours. Civil society organizations have called for immediate transparency, demanding that the presidency either confirm or deny the existence of an arrest warrant. Some are calling for Ramaphosa to step aside pending investigation, an unimaginable scenario just weeks ago. In contrast, hardline ANC loyalists and certain political analysts have claimed that this is nothing more than a Western plot to destabilize South Africa's sovereignty. They argue the charges, if real, are politically motivated and aim to undermine the growing influence of BRICS nations on the world stage. But not everyone is buying that narrative. Opposition parties have wasted no time in seizing the moment. Julius Malima's EFF issued a fiery statement: "This is what happens when you lie to your people, protect thieves in suits, and govern with impunity. The chickens are finally coming home to roost." If the arrest warrant is confirmed, South Africa will be faced with an existential crisis. Will Ramaphosa turn himself in? Would the ANC allow him to be extradited? Could the president of a democratic state be forced to resign under international pressure while still claiming innocence? Legal experts warn that even if the ICC acts, the South African government could resist the arrest, citing national sovereignty and political interference. However, refusal to cooperate with the ICC could result in the country facing sanctions, economic isolation, and a collapse of investor confidence. This isn't just a political scandal, it's a potential constitutional and diplomatic earthquake. South Africa, still grappling with inequality, corruption, and the ghosts of apartheid, now faces the possibility of its sitting president becoming a fugitive in the eyes of the world. As the nation holds its breath, one thing is clear: whatever comes next will alter the course of South African history forever. Stay tuned. The story is still unfolding, but the message from international justice is loud and clear: no one is above the law, not even a president.